Is this thing on? Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. Please like, share, and subscribe. Welcome to the show. Check out the poll. Should James Gunn direct the Green Lantern movie? Something he actually agreed with me with when I put it to him on Twitter a while back. Tonight we are going to make our own DCEU. But there's no point talking right now because there's no one on the chat. Whoever was there has left. Anyway, a very good evening to you all. If you're watching the pre-recorded version of this, welcome, welcome, welcome. We are talking James Gunn and Green Lantern. I'm asking you, how would you set up your DCEU? You know how I would do it? Now I want to know how you would do it. What would you do with the DCEU if you were giving a blank page to start a DCEU franchise? How would you do it? Should James Gunn direct a Green Lantern movie? That's our poll tonight. 3 votes with 100% yes. He would have to resist the temptation not to be overly humorous, I think. I think he gets carried away with the gags sometimes. I think Green Lantern would need an element of seriousness to it, but he can do serious. I think Guardians of the Galaxy, the way he does it, it's got gags in it, but it can be serious. I think Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was a lot more serious than the first one, and actually a darker movie. How would you construct your own DCEU? Let me know. The floor is yours. Please like the video. The Legend CJ, are you doing phase 1 right now? Yes, you are. You lot are. You're going to tell me how you would start a phase 1 of the DCEU. What would you do? John, hey Mick. Hey John. How would you construct it? What would you do? As you can see, I'm very well wrapped up because it's very cold. I've got no central heating. So that's why I'm so wrapped up. I'm really, really cold. And stupidly, I went outside to have a Coca-Cola and a cigarette. So I'm even colder now, but there you go. What was it that Ra's al Ghul said? Rub your chest and your arms will take care of themselves. It actually works. How would you construct your own DCEU? What would you do? What would your first film be? What would your first 5 films be? What would your story arc be for the first phase? No one's going to give you this opportunity apart from me. So go on, type it out. Do it. How are we all doing tonight? Did you see Peacemaker? Did you like it? The latest entry of the DCEU. What did you think of the Justice League cameo? Let me know. Always good to be here live with you all. I like to keep on point. I like us to discuss nerd stuff. I get a bit bored when we go off topic. Good Fernandez. First start with Man of Steel 2. Well, I mean, you could do that, but it wouldn't make any sense because we're not continuing from the original DCEU. I'm asking you, how would you start your own DCEU? Without any Man of Steel, without any BVS, anything. Just your own DCEU from the very beginning. What would you do? The Legend CJ, phase 1, Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Green Lantern, Aquaman, and Justice League for sure. Yep, that would be great. I'd probably go out there and just start with a Justice League movie off the bat. Or I'd start with a Superman movie that's already got an active Justice League. None of this building the Justice League up. They're there. They're already there. Kind of boring watching them put the Justice League together. You don't need to do that. I did a video today. Today's DCEU Daily. I was talking about Batgirl and how I think it's in another universe. I don't believe that Michael Keaton's Batman is the new DCEU Batman. And that has never officially been stated either. Michael Keaton was never spotted on the Aquaman set, like some said. So I don't think Michael Keaton is the DCEU Batman. How are we feeling? Did we like the Miss Marvel trailer? A lot of shills are very excited about it. I don't think they actually were that excited about it. John, I would start with Origin Batman movie. I like it. I like it. Gunny Fernandez, start with something different. Start with Swamp Thing, with horror. Yeah, I like that, Hernandez. Yeah. Let the grade C and D characters get in. Yes, I like that. I like people, you know. That's why I said I'd maybe start with a Justice League movie and they're fully formed and you give them an adventure, no origin story. So then you go to their origin films and it's all set up. My DCEU would have a story arc like Kevin Feige's do. So obviously from phase 1 to 3, we were dealing with Thanos, weren't we? I like that. Interestingly enough, though, Iron Man 2, Captain America, the Winter Soldier, and the Incredible Hulk, all of them never mentioned Thanos. We didn't get a mention of Thanos, I think, until the first Avengers. The Legend CJ, Phase 2, Teen Titans, Justice League Dark, New Gods, JSA, Batman, Under the Red Hood, Shazam, and The Flash. It's amazing, really. The real DCEU still in its first phase. I mean, I suppose you could call the Flash movie Phase 2, but then they're starting from scratch. So, John, I would also have a Green Arrow movie for sure. That's something I would love to see, John. Julio Fernandez, then like Mr. Freeze, its own movie. Yes, very good. And Batman can cameo, I assume. So if Michael Keaton isn't the DCEU Batman and Batfleck doesn't remain, should we have a young Batman? Is it a bit repetitive because we've already got a young Batman over on Earth 2 with Matt Reeves' universe as well? That's a problem. What do they do with Batman in the DCEU? I mean, I'm very interested in a Green Arrow movie. I think the character deserves it. Who could direct a Green Arrow movie? Julio Fernandez, or the Dark Knight Return movie. Yeah, you could do that. That means you need an older Batman in your franchise. You could actually start the franchise with Dark Knight Returns and Dark Knight Returns Part 2. I mean, BVS is kind of loosely the Dark Knight Returns, but not really. John, they need a Batman in the DCEU, they do. But what type of Batman do you bring in, considering we've already got a young Year 2 Batman in the Reeves-verse? What do you do? That's different. Maybe you do Batman Beyond. Maybe Batman Beyond would be a good one for a new franchise. In fact, Batfleck could actually do Batman Beyond. Julio Fernandez, start with new Batman Beyond. Yep, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? I've never read Batman Beyond. Does Batman actually die at the end of that story, or does he go on with Roy? Because I've never read Batman Beyond, or I don't know if they've made an animated movie. I think they did, but I've never seen it. The Legend of CJ, Phase 3, Superman 2 versus the Elite. Yes, I love that fucking story. A big commentary on Superman's no-kill policy. Wonder Woman 2, Martian Manhunter, Dr. Fate, Nightwing, Suicide Squad, Justice League, Free Apocalypse War. Oh yeah, that'd be cool. I'm loving these ideas, everyone. You've pleasantly surprised me. I think we've got the same people in at the moment. We've got no nut jobs that go off topic. As I say, I find that so boring, honestly. But this is good. I'm liking this. Because, I mean, Green Lantern, for example, is Star Wars in DC. It could be its own franchise. There's so much potential in the IP. And I'm surprised they've done nothing with it apart from, well, the Ryan Reynolds one. I don't even think Ryan Reynolds should have ever been cast. Hishan Kishi, I would start with a movie where Batman is investigating the death of Robin. Good one. With the help of Nightwing in a dark world filled with superheroes. Humans have been killed, replaced by superheroes. Interesting. I like it. Very good idea, Hisham Kishi. Genuinely mean that, for real. That's a good one. Please like the video if you haven't already. Get involved with the poll. Just a bit of fun. Should James Gunn direct the Green Lantern movie? Yes, 86%. No, 14%. 7 votes. Julio Fernandez with new Teen Titans movie as new change, not the Justice League. Interesting. Hishan Kishi, I would start with a movie where Batman is investigating the death. Oh, no, we've read that, haven't we? John, I would start my DCEU with a Thomas Wayne Batman movie. Brilliant. I like it. It's out there. It's good. And maybe a Martha Wayne Joker, like from Flashpoint. You could even do a Flashpoint cinematic universe, if you think about it, and start with Flashpoint, and it doesn't get fixed. We continue in the Flashpoint universe. But then people come from other realities to try and fix it. That would be pretty cool as well. Well, I would say that I come up with the idea. So some really good ideas there. All the ideas are brilliant, I must say. Very good. I mean, we've got more of an imagination than Warner Brothers. If you're new to the chat, welcome. Please smash the like button. Get involved with the poll. Fans know more. Are more kind of got a bigger imagination than these creatively bankrupt people. Julio Fernandez, Lobo movie like Deadpool, yeah. Do you know what? I don't want to hear like Deadpool. I just want a Lobo movie. Deadpool isn't. People are obsessed, but yeah, Lobo is quite different to Deadpool, though, isn't it? Much different. I mean, they did Lobo, didn't they, in the Krypton series? I don't know what you thought about that. I'm Lobo. We had an Irish Lobo. Emmett J. Scanlon from Hollyoaks. Emmett was also in Guardians of the Galaxy. Played a very small role as a prison officer, I think. Julio Fernandez, a new Justice League art movie. That would be cool, yeah. Whatever happened to J.J. Abrams' Justice League Dark Age? Something else that hasn't been heard of since it's been announced. He was going to cast a Constantine of color. He was going to have Zatanna. Does it look like it's happening? Well, it could be happening, but we're not hearing anything, are we? I mean, how many projects in the DCEU have been announced but never happened? John, they have never used Thomas Wayne's Batman. It has always been Bruce Wayne. That's right, yes. Well, in Flashpoint, of course, not in live action, but in Flashpoint, the graphic novel by Jeff Johns, Thomas Wayne is the Batman, isn't he? And Martha becomes the Joker. Good evening, everyone. Glad to have you here. Some brilliant ideas on the chat about how we would construct our DCEU. What kind of story arc would you have? I would love to see a new Gods movie in the DCEU, but not by Ava DuVernay. And it's funny, in my videos, I was saying for a long time it was never going to happen. And people kept on saying, there was one commenter kept on saying, it's happening, it's happening. And I told you, they never greenlit that movie. She was just pitching different scripts. Hullet Fernandez, make Batman who laughs. Yep. That's good. The Legend CJ, Phase 4, Teen Titans 2. Batman and Superman team-up movie. Legion of Doom. Black Adam, Shazam 2, Green Lantern Corps movie, Man of Steel 3, The Death of Superman. Sounds good. Well paced out. I like it. Some very good ideas in the chat. As I say, the fans know best. I never imagined the DC franchise would end up having a kind of slate we had in the DCEU. Chris Glatton, here's the perfect DCEU, the Batman and its sequels. That's it. Well, I mean, that's great, but first of all, it's not part of the DCEU. Secondly, what I suggested was that we make our own DCEU. And the Batman hasn't had a sequel greenlit yet. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? Nothing's going to be greenlit of that magnitude until the Discovery takeover or merger, as we're calling it, but really it's a takeover, goes through, red tape's done. Something very interesting is happening at Warner Bros. I think we can see that. I think we can expect a huge announcement in the coming weeks. It's really going to shock us all. Because as I say, that delay of the Flash, that means something. Kishan Kishi, in my DCEU, there would be a lot of shocking deaths and consequences. Green Lantern would get killed off, Black Adam would side with the Justice League, and the Flash would be a villain. Wow, sounds good to me. Chris Gayton. Also, your reviews was on point, comparing the tone to Bram Stoker's Dracula. Great review. Thank you. The Batman was an amazing movie. The conversation seems to be dying down a bit now, but the box office is very good at the moment. But bad news in China because they've got lockdowns because of COVID. And 118XX, you're right about the Green Lantern being its own similar Star Wars franchise. It has a lot of potential. You also have the Yellow Lanterns, exactly, and the Red Lanterns, etc. Wish we had real fans running things. Hashling me. Hello, Mick. Good evening, hashling me. Yeah, look, Android 118XX, that's a great take. And, you know, it's not that I need people to agree with me, but look, it's self-explanatory, isn't it? Green Lantern, the Green Lantern universe is Star Wars in DC. And I'm shocked that they're not doing. I mean, I know they're developing this HBO Max show. That does sound really, really ambitious, but we haven't heard anything since. And that should be on HBO Max, and it should be extended into movies as well. It is huge. I mean, as I say, that movie actually did touch on some good things. For example, OR was represented very, very well. What's his name? But I forgot his fucking name now. Played by Mark Strong. He was a very good version of that character too. Sinestro. Sinestro is, I suppose Sinestro's your Darth Vader, really, isn't it? But actually, that Green Lantern movie, we must say, did do some things right, but it did too many things wrong as well. As I say, I don't think Ryan Reynolds really should have been cast. Hardip Singh, hi Mike. Good evening, Hardip. How are you? Long time no see. I thought I'd upset you and you weren't coming back. Past couple of lives have had a few cranks in them. Going off topic, bit boring. I do like talking about nerd. That's what I'm here for, to talk nerd. If you just come in, please like the video. Check out the poll. It's all for laughs. Should James Gunn direct the Green Lantern movie? Yes, 55%. No, 45%. 11 votes. I'd like us at least to get to 30 votes if we can. Because I obviously understand we don't get many people in the chat. I do feel we get quite a few in the chat, considering. Hashling me. I'd like to see Injustice at some point in the future. If still, I'd like Injustice, but in a way, I think Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 is literally Injustice because the whole thing's set in a nightmare future. So I think literally that is an Injustice movie. So let's hope he actually gets to make it. Hushan Kishi, my version of Superman would be war-torn, reclusive, and much older, like in the Kingdom Come comic. He would be the most human out of both Batman and Nightwing. His involvement would be minimal. Interesting. As a Superman fan, of course, I couldn't. Obviously, people are free to have their own ideas, and that's good. Great ideas there. But yeah, as a Superman fan, I could never have Superman's involvement. Minimal. Hashling me. Yeah, like Joker kills Lois. Yep, that's right. Hardest Singh. No, you didn't upset me. I like talking to you, man. I'm a student. My exams are near, so I was busy. Oh, fair enough. All the best with your exams. Life takes precedent. $11 people in the chat. Only 3 likes, though. Only 3 likes. My subscribers don't like giving likes away, do they? Thank you for the person who's just tapped the like. Very much appreciated. If you're new to the chat, how would you construct the DCEU? The floor is yours. You're never going to get this opportunity on Mama's Geeky or Grace Randolph or John Campion. John, have you seen the Injustice animated movie? And what did you think of it? Listen, it's not the best thing ever. It wasn't dark enough. It wasn't brutal enough. But you know what? I think it was a pretty well executed thing. It was okay, actually. I think a lot of people were disappointed with it, though, John. Hardest thing. So let's talk about Green Lanterns. What about upcoming Green Lanterns Corp series? Well, they're developing something, but we haven't heard anything for a long time. The star of the show did give an update weeks ago saying it's taking time, but he's got a script now, I think. So let's see if that gets done. But Green Lantern has so much potential. So many great iconic characters as well. Heroes, villains, middling villains, big bad boss. Green Lantern is an amazing IP, and, you know, someone needs to do something with it. For sure. Someone like Peter Jackson. Whoa. Lord of the Rings it up. Android 118 XX. I will start the DCEU with an HBO Max series first, with Krypton and Gotham, then Superman movie, then a Batman solo movie with Suits making a cameo at the end. Third movie, Batman and Superman, Public Enemies. Really cool. Android 118 XX. Yeah, that's really good. I like that. It's got some interesting things. Doing a Krypton show would be interesting. Gotham, then Superman movie, then a Batman solo movie with Suits making a cameo at the end. Third movie, Batman and Superman, Public Enemies, which is a really great story, isn't it? The animated movie is really cool. We've got President Lex Luthor, which is always fun. There's so many ways you could start a franchise, and I mean, Man of Steel was a good start. BVS was an interesting continuation. I loved the movie. Then you get the Suicide Squad. I don't think a Suicide Squad movie should come third. I don't know whose idea that was. Hisham Kishi, you'll get rewarded with Superman towards the end in my version. He'll come back towards the third act of that last film to defeat my main villain, Margot, but will end up getting stabbed by Lex. Ooh. Hisham Kishi's Superman death will give birth to the idea of Justice League. Android 118 XX Gotham series would be about Thomas Wayne, which with Bruce witnesses his father's struggles and heroism. Wow, sounds good. Hardim Singh, yeah, definitely Green Lantern is a big part of Justice League and very popular, specifically John Stewart. Yep. But there's so many characters. John Stewart, Hal Jordan, you know, Sinestro, the Yellow Lanterns, the Red Lanterns. I mean, that Green Lantern animated series they did just after the movie was very, very good. I really enjoyed that. I still watch it. We definitely need some live action with Green Lantern, I think. Hishan Kishi, damn, I'm thinking of writing a screenplay now. Why not? I've written a Superman movie. Nothing can stop a vast imagination, which is the way it should be. I'm actually rewriting my novel, Gender Wars. Hishan Kishi, what's the title of your Superman screenplay? Do you know what? It doesn't have a title. It's basically got Metallo in it. It's got Manchester Black. It's got the Elite in it. We have flashbacks to the Second World War. But I don't know what to call it, to be honest. I haven't even thought of a title. That's a good point, though. Is it finished? Yes. But I'm always adjusting it. Andrew 118 XX. After the completion of the DCEU like Marvel after Endgame, I would start off with a time skip with Batman Beyond, starting things off for the second DCEU with St. Bruce from the first DCEU being a mentor. Very good. John, do you think Ann Sonoff will be gone after the WB merger? It's a very, very good question, John. It's one of those things you could just roll a dice, 50-50 right now. I think Toby Emmerich is finished. I think Toby Emmerich is definitely finished. I think Anne will be gone. Whether it's straight away or eventually, they will phase her out eventually. I think. The problem is AT&T brought in people with backgrounds in streaming. Now, I understand why streaming is the focus, but that's all. They had experience, Ann Sarnoff, great experience with streaming. Jason Keelar used to work for Hulu. But I think they will be replaced, yes. Whether that's straight away or not, I don't know. Hishan Kishi, what are you waiting for, man? Send it over to those jerks at WB. Not yet. Not ready to send it yet, but it will never get done. It's not how it works. How it works in this industry is you've got to have the DNA. You've got to oil the palms. Very difficult. But I would send it. But do you realise how many people send those scripts? And they don't like it. Netflix tells people not to send ideas to them. Because it's all about DNA. It's all about their friends. So my Superman movie basically has John Corbin, Lois Lane and Clark Kent working in the Daily Planet. There would be a Jimmy Olsen there as well because I think Jimmy's important. And John Corbin becomes Metallo because either say he has an accident or he gets killed or whatever, right? And basically Manchester Black comes along with the Elite and puts pressure on Superman publicly to kill his former friend, John Corbin, who's now Metallo. And then we have flashbacks to the Second World War where people are pressuring Superman to kill the Nazis and Hitler. Superman refuses to get involved or take sides, but he does help where he can. Kishan Kishi, oh, I see. The Legend CJ, kind of sad we have more of an imagination instead of the studio that runs it. It is sad. It is where we are, though. John, they need to bring HBO Max to the UK. You're going to have to wait a long time for that. And the problem is Sky have got a deal with HBO through Sky Atlantic to show all their stuff, which means HBO Max can't come to the UK yet. I don't know why, but that's how it works. Hishan Kishi, that sounds very interesting. Thank you, Hishan. Basically, it's pretty much a Superman versus the Elite adaptation, but I'm adding Metallo into the mix as the thing that everyone wants Superman to kill. Android 108 in XX. Oh, I forgot to tell you, what is the difference with the release theatre version of the Batman movie compared to the screening version? What did they leave out and what did they add? That's part of my NDA, my friend. No one's going to tell you that. And in my Superman movie, in the flashbacks to the Second World War, Superman wears his Detective Comics #1 Action Comics costume. And in the modern day, I would get a comic book artist to actually mock up a brand new costume for Superman. Oh, yeah, I can't stop yawning. Hishan Kishi, nice. That sounds awesome. The idea is that it's kind of a Superman versus the Elite adaptation, but what John Corbin does, becoming Metallo, this is Clark's friend, and he's being pressured to kill him. And the idea for me is, just like in Superman versus the Elite, is to have commentary on Superman's no-kill policy and why it's important that Superman doesn't kill and why he has this morality. Because it makes Superman who he is. I can understand Batman killing more than Superman killing. It is good to have an imagination. And in my DCEU franchise, every post-credit scene, you would see Brainiac's skull ship getting closer and closer to Earth. And he's got Supergirl on that skull ship. But if I did a Supergirl movie, she would be adapted straight from the comics. Because in the comics, she's so much more complex than we saw in the movie or in the Supergirl series. John, who would you cast in a Green Arrow movie? Oh, definitely not the popular fan casting that everybody does. I don't think he's right for it. Well, what's his name? Jensen Ackles would be quite good. A younger Kiefer Sutherland would have been good. But it depends what kind of Green Arrow you want to see. The lighter one from the comics or the more darker one from the Arrow TV show. Depending how dark you want him to go, that would make your mind up on your casting. Trill J, yo yourself. Andrew 108XX, I remember the part in BVS when Earth Doomsday was going to kill Lex and Superman immediately saved him. That's right. I loved that part. I felt attached to Superman. We needed more parts like this from Superman. Definitely. But then I like the DCEU Superman. So, hardly see any theory about which version of Supergirl in the Flash movie, because by the look of the short hair, she's definitely not Kara Zor-El. I think she's a Flashpoint Supergirl. I think everything we've seen thus far points to that. They've erased Flashpoint Superman and it's Flashpoint Supergirl. These people are so predictable. John, I would like to see a dark Green Arrow movie. Yeah, that would be cool, wouldn't it? Yes, Hardeep Singh. So that's my theory, that she's Flashpoint Supergirl. But it's been delayed now, so she may be erased out the movie herself. It's going to be interesting. Things will happen with that movie. We just have to wait. Definitely Flashpoint Supergirl as far as I'm concerned. Trilljoy, I think they are going to go a little woke with Supergirl, cover her up, not make her too sexy, which isn't bad. Yeah, I don't think that's woke. I think that's right that we don't do that. The Legend CJ, in my DCEU would have Wally be the main Flash. He's more powerful and faster than Barry in the comics. Hisham Kishi. I would have Supes and Dr. Manhattan in my version. Both characters are very similar, except Dr. Manhattan kills and Superman doesn't. And there would be a scene where Supes and Manhattan play chess. Oh, wow. Yeah, I would really, really like them to cross over Watchmen and the Justice League. And that Superman idea you've got is absolutely fantastic. But I really like that Hisham Kishi idea. Dr. Manhattan should definitely be playing chess with Superman. That would just be awesome, wouldn't it? Troja, anyone else thinks Batgirl is going to play a really big role in the DCEU? Well, if you saw my video this morning, I don't think Batgirl is part of the DCEU, and I don't think she's part of the DCEU timeline, and I don't think Michael Keaton's going to be the DCEU Batman. I think they're from another Earth. I think Alistair should go back to TikTok, don't you? I'm the big boss man here, not bots and trolls. 49-year-old geezer. Don't like it, do you? Bye. The Legend CJ, in the last phase, I would have Superman get cancer from too much sun radiation, just like All-Star Superman, one of my favorite stories. And he disappears for 25 years, and when he comes back, he's Superman Prime. Wow, I like that. Brilliant. Dr. Zashi Zaka, yo ho, yo. Android 118XX, don't know if I would want James Gunn to direct the Green Lantern movie. I understand why, it's just that I read somewhere that he tells actors to not pay attention to the comics. No, that's not true. I don't know who told you that. Because James is a big fan of the comics, isn't he? Especially the Suicide Squad ones. I mean, listen, maybe he said to them once, focus on my script and not the comics or something. That doesn't mean he doesn't believe in comic book accuracy. Dr. Zashi Saka, the Batman fourth time in IMAX, now absorbing it fully. Brilliant. Lucky you. I mean, I don't know if I want James Gunn to do it or not, to be honest with you. I think it needs, really, personally, I prefer someone like Peter Jackson to create a whole saga out of it. Trilogy could be, I'm thinking, maybe they merge the universes into one, but pushing out some of the old. So I like Michael Keaton as Batman and how Simmons is Gordon after the Flash movie. I think Simmons is not even the Jim Gordon we saw in Justice League. I think it's a totally different Earth. But they did say they're merging everything together. So, of course, I could be totally wrong. Dr. Zashi Zaki, if Keaton is an Elseworld Batman, why is he in the Flash? Because he's in the Flashpoint. He is in Barry Allen's Flashpoint universe. He's not in Earth 1. That's how they meet, when Barry goes back to save his mother. John, if we have too many Batman, will some people get confused? No. Hardik Singh, who knows after the Flash movie, Watchmen is connected with new DCEU, because in the comic after Flashpoint, Watchmen is part of the new continuity. Very true. Flash DC Doomsday Clock is the name of the comic. That's right. Doomsday Clock is amazing. Ben Pottimer, Ben Pottimer, I'm not fond of Gunn's immature jokes. I just want a good serious drama superheroes. But I do enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy. He just has his own style, and that's fine. Just not the type for Gunn's projects. Fair enough. Trilogy, I actually think Snyder could do Green Lantern. Snyder would do a great Green Lantern, yes. Creation K, greetings, Mick and everyone. Greetings, Creation K. Creation K, sorry, I'm only here for 15 minutes today since I'm in a meeting. Well, make the most of it, Creation K, and talk nerd. I'm asking people how they would construct their own DCEU. Check out my poll. Should James Gunn direct the Green Lantern movie? John, what's Doomsday Clock? It's a graphic novel by Jeff Johns. The problem is with studios, and this is why studio probably shouldn't do a multiverse. If one character is really popular, they can do loads of them. So in case of Batman, because he's so popular, they can keep on churning out Batman, but people will get not confused, but fed up. Trilogy, maybe a good idea would be to bring Snyder on for action in these movies because he has great CGI and visual effects skills. Yeah, but Snyder's not just going to come in to do action. Dr. Zashi Zaka, imagine if Christopher Reeves and Keaton had their own BVS. That would have been amazing, wouldn't it? Hishan Kishi, the idea behind Supes playing chess with Dr. Manhattan is a nod to the Seventh Seal film, where the main character challenges death to a game of chess to save his friends. Awesome. Creation K, talk nerd, love it, lol. I will have a think. Yeah, in other words, Creation K, talk about what we talk about, DC or movies. That's what we're all here for. Trilogy, as much as I love the Batman, Matt Reeves CGI was lacking in certain parts. You think? Was there CG in this movie? Maybe when he was flying. Android 180XX. I don't think there was a problem with the VFX in the film personally. Yes, I would definitely want Peter Jackson to make a Green Lantern. I think James Gunn would turn it into a weird comedic movie. I prefer serious version with light touches of comedy. I agree. Alex, I think Warner did a good job. One did a good job on Aquaman, but I would have liked Zack Snyder's version way more. Zack Snyder is great with mythology. Yeah, it would have been interesting for sure. But James Wan did do a great job. John, could you tell me what Doomsday Clock is about? Could someone tell John what Doomsday Clock's about? Because I can't remember now. I remember it was a really good comic and I liked it, but I don't know the details. I can't remember it now. Creation K, James Gunn, Green Lantern. That's interesting mix, but I don't know if he could pull off and make it original enough compared to his other works. Dr. Sashi Zaka, Christian Stewart as Joker in the Batman sequel. No. Creation K at Dr. Zashi Zaka. You must be as crazy as the Joker to think that. Dr. Zashi Zaka. Creation K takes one to no one. Ha ha ha. Creation K, James Gunn, Green Lantern. That's an interesting mix, but I don't know if he could pull it off and make it original. Oh, we've read that. Trill J, sorry, I have to disagree. Snyder would have went too far with Aquaman. However, his Batman and Superman stories are legendary. He's not good with mythic characters. Interesting. Creation K. The Legend CJ, how do you get sources, Mick? I want to become a YouTuber and talk about this. Well, you can talk about movies and stuff without actually having sources. Sources are just people you meet along the way. There's no really a way. I mean, I was lucky that I spent 6 months in Hollywood, so that's how I got my sources. Hardik Singh, now we all talk about Green Lantern. Any comment about Miss Marvel trailer, I think, looks pathetic. They change her powers and make a Green Lantern's cheap copy. Yeah, I don't know why they changed her powers, to be honest. Trill J, it was a middling trailer. It was okay, nothing special. Trill J, Christian Stewart would bring back that Twilight hate, so can't. We don't want a female Joker. Dr. Zashi Zaka, but DC has had a good track record with female roles. Will be interesting with more female villains. Right, John, here you go. Doomsday Clock is a 12-issue comic book series written by Jeff Johns, illustrated by Gary Frank. It began on November the 21st, 2017 at 3 minutes to midnight. It serves as a sequel to Watchmen, written by Alan Moore and illustrated by Dave Gibbons. But you definitely need to read it, yeah. It's not really, it's going into proper details here. I mean, they're literally writing the whole comic down, so we won't read out that for you, Sir John. But yeah, just read it. Doomsday Clock's very, very good. I just can't remember all the details of it. Trill J, the MCU is kind of dumb. Marvel, in my opinion, going to be May. Miss Marvel is going to be May. I think so. Henrik, hello and good evening, all DC fans. Good evening, Henrik. Ben Pottiman, Miss Marvel movie looks appealing to young TikTokers, lol. Yup. Creation K, if I were to create a DCEU, I think there would definitely be some core characters in there with their own solo films, for sure. Hardly seen. True Wonder Woman, Catwoman, Harley Quinn, any Marvel female character. John, thanks, mate. You're welcome. Henrik, I know Doomsday Clock. It's a very cool story, actually. All right, then, Henrik, why don't you explain to John what it's all about? Give us a synopsis. Because I'm not very good at things like that. Doomsday Clock is very good. Android 118 XX. Do you think Zach truly knows other comics other than The Dark Knight Returns? And I'm not talking about reading the comics, because during the movie making process, he has made a lot of controversy. Yes, he knows the comics very well, yes. But just because you decide to go a certain direction in a film doesn't mean you don't know any comics. It just means you have your own ideas. The Legend CJ, what do you think is the best Superman storyline? Oh, that's a good one. I have to think about that. Trill J, if I made a DCEU, I'd go Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman solo movies, and Justice League. Cole, Creation K, I don't know if I would go for massive scale characters such as Superman, Darkseid, etc. I think it would begin a lot more, let's say, on the ground, literally. Fair enough. Henrik, okay, and I'm not going to Google it. Starts with a mystery in the first rebirth. Batman finds a watchman smiley with blood on weird shit happens, and Batman is out to solve the mystery. Creation K, the largest scale characters, when hearing and gaining into about what it is happening on Earth, may begin to intervene and begin to appear. That's very interesting. I like that, Creation K. True J, think about it. Marvel only did 4 or 6 solo movies and smashed it. Together, they just beat DC to the idea of mashing characters together. Well, someone was going to beat someone to it. I don't think it matters who did it first or anything like that. But unfortunately, DC felt the pressure to be successful. And the DCEU has had mixed results, but a lot of good films in there. Henrik, it has Lex Luthor on Xenadis travels in time to find Dr. Manhattan, which think he needs to delete the Earths. Henrik, something like that. Yeah, it's a very good comic. I remember it now. So what do you think of that then, John? I mean, Jeff Johns is a great comic book writer. The Legend CJ. Marvel is winning for now, but we have the time. We have future. We're barely starting. Well, they're winning in terms of popularity and box office, but I don't think they make better films. So it depends what you value as a fan, I suppose. Henrik, sorry, I don't want to spoil, and that's how I kind of remembered it. It way better than I described. Ha ha ha. No, very good. So it was described well. Hardip Singh. In Doomsday Clock comic, Batman found the Watchman button in his cave. The story is amazing. Reverse Flash also had a major role in this. To be honest, this comic gives me Flashpoint Comics vibes. It's very good. John, would you like to see a cyborg Superman in live action? Oh, yes, absolutely. Trilogy, they're not winning, just maintaining, bro. Really think on it. Yeah, exactly. It depends what you see as winning. I don't see box office. I look at box office so I know my favourite movies are going to get another movie. They're going to get a sequel. That's why I take any notice of box office. Apart from that, but I don't judge a film to be winning because of box office. For me, it just has to make enough to keep on making more. Creation K, I think part of the beginning of the DCEU would see a story where Lex Luthor, a character with lots of resources and intellect, would build a rocket to travel to space and possibly introduce others. What if Lex Luthor goes to space and crash lands on Krypton and he meets the baby Kal-El and then brings him to Earth with him? Henry Mickey, is Birds of Prey your favourite comics because of the love of birds, or is it Batman? I don't like birds. I don't really like Birds of Prey that much. Batman is a great hero, but Superman's my character. The Legend of CJ, consumer confidence will come to us soon, but for sure we make better movies, for sure. Android 118XX, why do you think Marvel is making changes to their characters recently? They've made changes to the Moon Knight now, and Miss Marvel, in noticing Marvel, is trying to have their own DC characters for their MCU. Yeah, basically, what's his name? Moon Knight is a ripoff of Batman, and they're just trying to bring him a lot closer to Batman. John, thanks, chat. I will check that comic out. Cool. Trilogy, Joker, the Batman, and Snyder Cut will be remembered in 5 years, not the recent MCU films. Even most of their solo films aren't really remembered. But it's going to get worse now because all these Disney Plus things are very forgettable. And that's the thing. Henrik, I like the story where Lex Luthor becomes a stepdad of Superman. Like just the one you said 1 minute ago. Would be very cool dynamic. Definitely. Hashling me. What changes for Moon Knight? Well, I think they've made him more Batman-like. Should James Gunn direct a Green Lantern movie? Check out my poll. 21 votes. Yes, 48%. But in the lead, no, 52%. Very interesting. Sorry, James. My name's Kenobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Hashling me. I don't know because I didn't see the trailer, lol. Henry, coincidence Moon Boy comes out a few weeks after Batman. Exactly. I think Mr. Kevin Fagola has a toe in this game. Oh, governor. Yup. Trilogy. Moon Knight will be fire, though, but that's a show. But hey, the MCU is supposedly winning, right? You see, for me, it's not a competition. I just want to enjoy my DC, and I keep watching the MCU. And sometimes they do good, and sometimes they don't do so good. For me, it's not a competition. There's space for everyone. John saw Spider-Man No Way Home today for the first time. Great movie. Yes, it's a much better film, John, than I ever thought it would be. And, you know, Tom Holland is front and center, which also surprised me. Creation K. Imagine a Lex Luthor who travels to space and meets a civilization that has been destroyed in genocide by Kryptonians. He would then realize their power and how they could damage humans. Good idea. Henrik, Mickey, you look like a mix between a boxer and a vampire today, and that's a good look. Yes, I'm very cold. I don't have any central heating, Henrik, so that's why I'm wrapped up. I'm very, very cold. Hishi and Kishi, another idea for a DCEU movie that I had would involve the JL fighting and killing off imposter versions of themselves. Wow, like it. Another great idea from Hisham Kishi. Creation K, but Lex gets the wrong picture, and when Superman turns up on Earth, he instantly believes he is evil and cannot be persuaded otherwise. Hence the battle between Superman and Lex. It actually gives a lot of premise to that hatred. It's actually a really good idea. Trill J, I got to be real. You're all moving too fast, bro. Lex Luthor later, Wonder Woman, Superman, and Flash right now. Android 118 XX, what is your Batman voice? I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Henrik at Creation K, sup, dude? Should we send some wall socks and pint of Mickey Ricky? Can't have this legend freezing. Emmanuel Cruz, did you see that WB has a new chairman? No, I didn't. Is that just been announced now? Andrew and 100, hashtag May. What's your Joker laugh? Andrew 118 XX, what's your Joker laugh? Henrik Creation K, if you buy him John Campia sock in the left, I can buy the right one with Grace Randolph. Creation K, Mick, so sorry, I have to head out. Would have loved to stay, but have to go. Have a great rest of the stream, and I will share some more DC ideas in upcoming streams, God willing. Thank you very much, Creation K. Have a lovely evening. Emmanuel Cruz, Samuel de Pizza. Creation K, take care all. He's shown kissing. The imposters would be the main characters, but the audience wouldn't know that towards the end. They would get killed off by the villains who are the real JL, much to the audience's dismay. Yeah, I like that. Henrik, see ya. Girly, you're too old. Trill J, I'm scared right now. I feel like they're going to squeeze Snyderverse back in. I think they are. Ben Pottimer, I kind of like the idea that was in the movie where the Flash sacrificed his life to save the world, like in the comic, and be replaced by Wally West. It's a great idea. Creation K, also Glazers out, for sure. Henrik, Girly Goffo, you're jealous. That's right, you tell her. I really don't pay these idiots any notice. That's what they want. They want to get you angry. They want a reaction. Henry Gurley, go watch the Miss Marvel trailer then. That's meant for you kiddo. Just ignore them. Just ignore them. It's what they want. They want an argument. They want Trill J, ha ha ha. They want attention. The Legend CJ, I saw a rumor about Cavill's 6-movie deal. Yeah, wasn't that on that YouTube channel? I'm not sure how true that is, though. Hashling me. Girly, maybe you too young for this channel. Good night. Yeah, exactly. Henrik, I got you, Mick, Papa, Ricky, Mickey. I have been here since 20 subs. Thank you. That was a while back, wasn't it? Trill J, I heard about that too. Yeah, I heard about it. Isn't that from Mickey Sutton? I'm not sure. Ben Pottimeyer. Have you read the cancelled George Miller Justice League script online? I haven't, but I want to. I didn't realise it was online. Harding Singh, the Batman box office numbers. What about them? Harry Pothead, Christopher McQuarrie for MOS2, and Green Lantern theatrical movie. Why not? Trill J, Matt Reeves the GOAT, absolutely. Henrik, our Mickey, do a live read, get some popcorn and a six-pack. Android 180XX, what happened to George Miller? Why has he not been in any DC projects yet? Well, your guess is as good as mine. Trill J, some of these projects are just rumors. True. Ben Pottimeyer, age doesn't matter. You know your shit. You're a big nerd and love movies like us. Don't listen to haters. I don't. Honestly, thanks for that. Thanks to the support. But yeah, I don't take any notice of them. Harry Pothead, your fan casting for Hal Jordan in Green Lantern Corps movie. Oh. That's an interesting one. I can't think, though. Again, I think Hal Jordan, you probably go with an unknown actor with not many kind of projects to his name. Hardeep Singh, 18th of March, China, the Batman release. I don't know what is the current box office numbers. I think it's probably approaching about 600 million. But China's got major lockdowns now because of COVID, so that might be a problem. Trill J, for now, I'll say just look forward to Snyderverse. Me personally, I'm just loving Batverse. Awesome. Henrik, Ben Pottimer, you know if you're crazy, dog. The Legend CJ, right now I saw the Batman pass 500 million. That's right. I think that was Monday. Hishan Kishi, imagine if they make an animated R-rated DCEU JL film inspired by Alex Ross's drawings. Holy shit. I've got goosebumps just thinking about it. It would blow into the Spider-Verse out of the water. Definitely. It would be amazing. It's a good idea as well, isn't it? Imagine doing that. The Legend CJ, do you think it will make $1 billion? I think it will definitely get close to that. I mean, it's got a good chance for sure. We'll have to wait and see. Harry Pothead, Hal Jordan announcement from Warner after Top Gun Maverick released. Maybe, yeah, maybe. Wouldn't surprise me, my friend. Right, we'll give the chat another, 5 minutes before we sign off for tonight? I mean, I can't believe they've made another Top Gun movie. It is ridiculous, though, isn't it? Trill J, funny these non-DC fans hating on the Batman. I'd be disappointed sometimes. Yeah, it is odd. Harry Pothead, Miles Teller maybe. Oh, I don't know about that. Android 118XX, Chris Pine would have been a great Green Lantern, I agree, but already has a role in the DC. John Hamm would have been a great Batman. Well, with the multiverse, of course, the same actor can play multiple characters. So there is that. But he would have made a great Hal Jordan for sure. Great Captain Kirk. And of course, they've cast yet another Captain Kirk. It is so cold. Oh my God. Harry Potter, Tom Cruise still up for this role. I don't think he ever was in the role for Hal Jordan. Never. Ben Pottimeyer, Darkra Montgomery from Stranger Things should be a great Jason Todd or a DC hero. Why not? Why not? True, unpopular opinion. Jared Leto is actually the most accurate Joker in live action. That is a hot take, yeah. I think he's very accurate in the New 52. I don't think he's a terrible Joker. I think he's a pretty cool Joker. Obviously, I'm not going to say he's the best Joker ever, but I think it is different. He's more like the gangster Joker. John, do you think Chris Pine will be in Wonder Woman 3? Oh, definitely, yes. He's got more chance than Patty Jenkins being involved, I think. Although he and Patty Jenkins are very good friends, so. Trilogy, I'd love to debate it. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to debate it with you, but I kind of agree with you in terms of the New 52. There's lots of people, they're not in this chat, but there'll be lots of people who wouldn't agree with that. Jared Leto is just a very different Joker. And that's why people didn't like him. Android 118 XX, I would really like to see an Asian actor to play one of the Robins in Reeves' Batverse. Who knows? It's not impossible, is it? Couple of minutes, everyone, before we sign off. It's been a great chat while I've been freezing here. Bloody hell. I can literally feel a breeze. Trilja, he was actually more reckless than Heath Ledger, in my opinion. True. Ahmed Hikka, hey, movie TV man, let's flash talk because I want to. We can flash talk. Henrik, when can we get the Green Lantern movie, Ricky? Give me a year. I have no idea. Android 118 XX, when are you moving to the UK? Well, I don't know. Never. Soon, who knows? He said, Kishi, there's an actor who looks very similar to the Kingdom Come version of Superman, but can't remember his freaking name. Oh, that's interesting. Try and remember. How do you think Matt Reeves' universe, Cassandra Cain, would be a great choice for that? And also Lady Shiva. Yep. Henrik, when are you moving to Norway? Never. Ahmed Hikka, why do you think the delay happened? I think the delay happened because they want to change things. Something changed. Basically, something changed within a week or two. And I don't know what it is, but something very serious happened for them to delay that film for 7 months. Maybe we'll know, maybe we'll never know. So they're going to make big changes. But I don't know what's changed. I think they're going to change directors. John, some people after saying that Tom Cruise will be in Doctor Strange 2 as Iron Man. Your thoughts? I think it's a terrible idea. But everyone would come and watch it. People would be interested. Trilogy. Matt Reeves will be very grounded, so don't expect to see too many villains, in my opinion. Well, Matt Reeves had quite a few villains in his first film, didn't he? Henrik, Mickey, find out. I trust you more than Grace Randolph. Ahmed Hikko, and you think it will affect the movie positively or negatively? Well, not necessarily, but I just feel that they've delayed the movie because there's something there they're not happy with. I don't get it. Trilogy, the best Batman stories are the grounded ones, so I'd say same as Nolan, but better with a few more characters. Ahmed Hiccup, what did you say? You think they will change the director? I think so, yes. That's what my suspicion is, and I think they'll do it in April. Next month. Android 108XX. Nicolas Cage said he wants to play Egghead in the Batman sequel. I heard, yeah. Never going to happen, no. Ahmed Hiccup, no way. Well, we'll have to wait and see, but that's my theory. Henrik, Mickey, why do you hate birds? What is it, something in your childhood? You should have been a superhero. Cypress Birdman. I neither love birds. I neither hate birds. I don't think about birds. The Legend CJ, when the Snyderverse is restored, and if the Cavill contract deals are true, he will be in 8 movies. Hopefully it's true. Well, I absolutely do hope it's true. Trill J, I heard the new Flash release date is a Michael Keaton tribute day. It is. They conveniently found a date to make it look like that, but they haven't delayed that movie for 7 months because of that. Trill J, I heard the new Flash release. Oh no, we're at that. Ahmed Hiccup. Why in April they could change him now and proceed? Well, they're waiting for the dust to settle. Hishan Kishi, Henry, are you a bird spotter? Right, everyone, I'm going to read one more comment and then I'm going to shoot off because I'm freezing. Alex, why would they change Andy from Flash? Well, I have no idea. I have no idea why they've delayed it for 7 months either. But to delay it, that's what I'm saying. Something suspect has happened. Trill J, ha ha ha, what? Ahmed Hiccup, I think the VFX story of them needing more time is true. I don't think it's true at all. Let's put it this way, Ahmed, right? When you green light a film, you know how long you're going to need for everything. So it's not true. Trill J, this has been your host with the most. He said, Kishi, Brandon Muller should have played Shazam, in my opinion. He looks so similar to the comic book character. I don't know who he is. I do apologize. Android 108XX. I don't get why they delayed the DC Super Pets movie. The trailer had 21 million views, which is quite impressive. So why risk that? Well, the reason they moved everything else, Android, is because they moved the Flash movie. That's why the move happened. So if you move one, right? It's like pushing all the dominoes over. Once you move one, you have to move them all. That's the thing. Ahmed Hiccup, but maybe plans change realistically. Maybe. But a 7 month delay is a long time, isn't it? Children, because Super Pets will be big for kids. It will. I'm going to watch it as well. This has been Movies TV Mad. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like and share and subscribe. Name's Ryan. 50 years ago, I don't get why anyone wants a 5'9" peanut head back, but they want to get rid of a 6'4" Chad. Hishan Kishi, what? It's okay, he's from TikTok. You'll have to excuse him. It's a bit like escaping from an asylum. Trilogy, but in the end, I'll state it again. Batman is what will save them in the end. I'm sorry, you all, but it's true. Superman's the Don. Hisham Kishi, who are these people, lol? Well, what it is, Hisham, on my TikTok, you can press a button and get them straight to my YouTube. I do it to get more subscribers. But obviously, you're going to get the odd idiot coming through. So you just got to ignore them because they want your attention. They want you to be upset. They want you to be angry. And it's boring. They don't believe adults should be on TikTok, you see. So anyway, let them get mad. Abednego, I am positive because this tells me that they are trying to perfect the movie. Well, they're certainly doing something. But you don't tell people you're releasing a movie in November. Wait to that calendar year and then cancel it when you're advertising said movie a week before in the cinema. It's not great stuff, is it? Because psychologically, that's upsetting for the fans. Right, everyone, I'm going to sign off now before I freeze to death. I need to stand next to my portable heater. Trilogy, no, that movie changes because something's coming. Yep, something is coming for sure. Ahmed Hikau, a lot of delays happen. Why is this one suspicious? Because it's been delayed for 7 months. When they were advertising it to be in cinemas a week before. They were advertising 3 other DCEU movies to be in cinemas a week before. That's why it's suspicious. Something happened in the space of a week to change their minds. Trilogy host with the most, yes. Ahmed Hikau, you have a point. Thank you. I try to have a point. It doesn't mean I'm right. It's just what I feel. That's just how I feel. Hikau Kishi, yeah, I agree. I think the Flash movie was a mess. Something certainly happened. But if it was a mess, they would have known it was a mess for a long time. This doesn't make sense. It just doesn't add up. Right, everyone, I'm switching it off now. The reason I keep on saying I'm going to switch it off and don't is because I've really enjoyed this conversation tonight. And so it's really hard to kind of switch you guys off, but I'm going to have to. It's been great. Don't forget to check out my DCEU Daily each day and then come and check me out live. Ahmed Hikau, I believe the VFX story. Respect, but I don't. Trilogy, it's not a mess. It's a decision with the Snyderverse. Something along those lines is going on. Ahmed Hikau, Grace Randolph says it's amazing. What, the Flash? She hasn't even seen the Flash. Andrew 118 XX, all Alfie Desain. Right, guys, I'm going to sign off now. Thank you all very, very much. Hisham Kishi, I'm hearing a lot of rumours that Ben Affleck is still doing a solo Batman movie. It's what I'm hearing too, Hisham Kishi. I think it's going to happen. We're just going to have to wait a little bit. My poll was basically, should James Gunn direct the Green Lantern movie? 27 votes, yes. 44%, no. 56%. Hisham Kishi, Ahmed Hikau, how low? She hasn't seen the Flash for sure. Ahmed Hikau, I don't know, but she has connection. She hasn't seen it, and she hasn't said she's seen it. Right, all the best, everyone. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the views. Thank you for the chats and conversation. It's been absolutely fantastic. I think if you guys were in charge of the DCEU, it would be so awesome. So until we see each other again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. See you again tomorrow. Bye for now. Ahmed Hikau, I'm not saying she saw it. Fair enough. Good night, Ahmed. Good night, everyone. Sweet dreams. Thank you for the support. Great chat. See you later.